shaking his head. Months of trying to figure out how we can best serve the municipality with the funds that we are given. So my hat is off to all the department heads, our business administrator, chief financial officer, and all of the administration that worked so hard on presenting this budget tonight to the council for introduction. So let me start with, from the day I was elected, I spoke about our town's fiscal unsoundness and the structural imbalance of our financial organization. With municipal operational costs escalating at an unsustainable pace, declining revenue, and low reserves, I knew the task to restore Morristown's financial stability would be daunting. Over a year ago, as you may recall, I inherited a budget shortfall of over $4 million. Combine this with diminished state aid from Trenton, a significant economic downturn, and a public, justifiable growing worry of paying more and receiving less from its government. Clearly, a municipal budget crisis was brewing. Gratefully, we weathered last year's fiscal storm and minimized the financial burden to our community with a 0.2% or 2-cent municipal tax increase. However, we knew this year's budget would be just as challenging, even though the budget shortfall was not as large. Given the limitations to further reduce our municipal operations costs without severely diminishing public service. With disciplined, sound financial planning, tough personal decisions, and considerable effort from my entire administration, I am pleased to say that we have stopped the fiscal tempest and are on the way to financial stability and health. In fact, I am really pleased to announce that the municipal tax rate will actually decrease this year by almost 2 cents. Various key budget decisions were made to contain costs and to ensure no tax increase would be necessary. Unfortunately, significant increases in healthcare insurance, pension obligation costs, combined with $35 million lost in our property valuation base, prevented us from realizing even a larger municipal tax decrease. Further, as a result of the new state requirement, our public library will be funded through a separate tax levy rather than the monies to be raised in the municipal budget. Now the public library funding will be fully transparent and will no longer distort the size of our municipal budget. This administration has transformed our government by not only reducing the municipal workforce and trimming other operational expenses by millions of dollars, but by also transferring certain services to the private sector, such as solid waste and recycling collection, and to the county to provide radio communication dispatching for public safety. Moreover, the town has entered into new shared services agreements this year with other municipalities for animal control purposes, which will provide new revenue sources. These efforts, combined with a long-term municipal land use planning, will ensure our financial sustainability for many years to come. As I had promised when I was elected mayor to lead Morristown in a new direction, I would review all development and redevelopment opportunities throughout the town to ensure that they would meet my planning vision to improve quality of life in Morristown by guiding and promoting development that creates jobs, protects natural resources, and strengthens the community fabric through improved zoning codes, more comprehensive master plan promoting redevelopment under utilized property, owned properties, and more structurally sound long-term fiscal policies. I am confident that my planning vision will not only create real financial value in our economic base, but will also provide our citizens added essential benefits through a more effective government, active civic engagement, and community sensitivity design and neighborhood development. Despite these managerial challenges, I remain steadfast in keeping my promise that our town government will operate more efficiently and maintain the highest level of public service, while at the same time reduce its operational costs in order to stabilize municipal taxes. The days of out of control, short-sighted spending are over. Operating within a new fiscal paradigm, coupled with the municipal operational changes made, long-term planning expertise hired in 2010, will result in a possibly different financial sounding path to economic prosperity for our community. While I acknowledge that some of our natural resources infrastructure has suffered from years of neglect, I will ensure that a long-term capital improvement plan be developed to address our community's concerns. However, I will not deviate from my fiscal commitment to substantially reduce our municipal debt levels. Therefore, I will not recommend that we hastily borrow and finance millions of dollars to address these environmental concerns without a more prudent long-term capital plan to accomplish it. Healthy financial bottom lines are not commonplace in government today. But as I have said many times, I am not only determined to create financial stability now for Morristown, but to foster a new collective mindset that will ultimately lead to a more prosperous future. During my administration, we will continue to encourage a limited resource mentality to furtherance of not placing additional unnecessary financial burdens on our community. Streamlining municipal operations, improving our public service delivery, and enhancing quality of life are my commitments to this town. I ask all our community to share and assist in these goals. Thus, I believe my proposed municipal budget truly reflects a new normal of how our government should operate. I only ask your support and cooperation to help us continue strengthening our fiscal condition in order for our town to transform and flourish into New Jersey's premier community over the next decade. I thank my executive budget team, the business administrator, chief financial officer, and department heads for helping achieve the pivotal fiscal policy objectives of reducing expenses, increasing revenues, and demonstrating to our community that financial responsibility is alive and well in Morristown. God bless you, and thank you all for listening.